Hey everyone, Matt's Mox here. And, well, you're probably already going to click off this video, but today I'm going to tell you a little bit about broad gauge and HO scale as well as link pin couplers because, I only modeled two pieces of equipment and link pin couplers, let's be honest, who really cares? But if you're here to learn about them, let's get on to this. So, we got two pieces of equipment here. One's currently broad gauge, the other is yet to be converted. We've got the broad gauge DL&W Jimmy. These are a classic car. And then we have the Atlantic Great Western Denshore tank car. So let's remove the pin there so we could separate that. Now, the tank car is actually just recently built. And I made it out of basically things I had laying around. It looks pretty decent, all considering. And, very simple construction. These cars were used by the Atlantic and Great Western as some of the first tank cars in the United States. They weren't great, but they did the job, and they ran all over the Erie Railroad, because the Atlantic Great Western was basically the Erie, but on the west. DL&W Jimmys. Now, this car is actually very special because it's actually 22 millimeter gauge, which is 6 foot in HO scale. These cars were used on the Delaware, Lackawanna Western from the very beginning of the Leggett's Gap Railroad right up until, well, basically the end of Jimmy's in 1901. Although by that point, they were already converted to standard gauge in 1877. It's a very simple car, but you might notice link and pin couplers. These ones that I'm using on these cars were made by Prescott Hobbies out in Arizona. They're really hard to capture on camera. They use a turned brass pin and a metal link. Unfortunately, he does not make them at the moment, which kind of sucks because they're really nice and kind of hard to use one-handed. Look at this. I'm struggling on camera because my hands just hurt. But they look great, they function great, and they're not the only link pins that are available on the market. There is also the older Alexander version, which I have spare links because of these. But as you can see, the link really has a lot of play in these. In these ones, the link does not have as much play, so it actually stays lined up more consistently. But at the same time, you gotta do a lot of little things, like, for example, setting up a Lego brick underneath your camera, and it fails. Twice. I am not good at this. This is why nobody tunes into my channel to watch this stuff. You tune into Brixar. Wait. Hey, look at that. So, simply just put that in there. Pin. Drop it in there. I missed. Camera fell. There you go. Just drop it in there. And you just take the car and you just push it up against the other car. Like so. And drop your camera again. And then I like to use a pair of tweezers to do this. Not tweezers. Pin-topped, well, I guess they're pliers or tweezers. And it works better when you're not trying to film it. And I don't have enough time to take a second take. But as you can see, look at that. Like two peas in a pod. And they work really good, but I wish I could get more of them. I almost have to design my own and print up my own. I did find that HO track nails, the Black Atlas ones, also work with these. So you could actually trim those down and use those. That way you could use their magnetic feature to, magnetically lift and put them in place. Making the links themselves is going to be the hardest part. But at some point in the future, maybe 100 years from now, I will make a 6-foot gauge railroad to run my 6-foot gauge cars and have 6-foot gauge engines. But that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time.